Hey rockers, let's talk about the January ROCKABOX. Let's go over what is in your project packs this month. So first you're going to find that custom glitter mix we always love and look forward to, which is Burning Love. You're also going to have a project pack from Maker Flow Crafts. This is going to be a Valentine's acrylic blank set. It's going to make a set of earrings and a cute little necklace. So we're going to go through that. We also have two keychain blanks from Band Blanks, which is going to be fantastic. That's a really great, easy win for you guys. And then the fourth project pack we have is going to be a shaker. So we are going to be making a dry shaker out of this. And it actually comes with the shaker film that you guys will need to seal that. So just make sure that you don't throw that away in your little package that's inside your little bag that has your shaker in it. So we have the clay to fill the shaker, and then we have a couple bonuses. So we have some microfine glitter here. We have some cute little Easter grass shapes. And then we also have the flare, which is a little mini bottle of UV resin original formula. So I hope you guys will really enjoy that. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so let's dive into the heart-shaped necklace and earring set from Maker Flow Crafts. We are going to dive right in. This is going to be a good one, you guys. Okay, so supplies. I have my mini silicone cup. You can use any small cup that you wish. This is just my preferred because it's reusable and it's super easy. A silicone brush, and we've got our blanks right here. I'm using the Burning Love glitter mix. We have our hardware, which I'm going to set aside. This is our corded necklace. And we have a pinch clip to hold the pendant on, and then we've got our earring hooks. I'm using a vinyl weeding tool just in case I need it for the paper on the back of my blanks, and a scraper tool which helps me to get the paper off of the blanks. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get the paper off of one side of the heart. So let's do that first. Now that we have our paper off of one side, make sure these are opposites. You want these to be mirroring. We're going to go ahead and sand our blanks lightly on top and then clean them with a cloth. Now that we've lightly sanded all three pieces, I'm going to spray a little rubbing alcohol. I use 91% rubbing alcohol onto my little shop cloth here, and I'm just going to clean the surface of any dust that I might have created while I was sanding that blank. We want our canvas to be nice and clean before we get started. All right, now we're going to take our UV resin and we are going to add it to our silicone cup about halfway. Then we're going to go ahead and add our glitter. I'm going to do about 1.5 spoonfuls and mix that up and see what that looks like. You want it to be still a little bit runny. You don't want it too thick. So if you start mixing and you realize it's a little thick, go ahead and add a little bit more resin. You don't want it too thick, but you do want it to have a little bit of consistency here. Now you could pour your shaker at the same time if you wanted to, but we're gonna see how much resin I have left over here. I want this just a little bit more runny than what I got going on here. Perfect. Once you get that stirred up, now we're going to pour a little bit into the middle of our first blank. And it's always a good rule of thumb to start from the middle and work your way around the edges and just kind of slowly move that resin to the very edge. Now, sanding is going to be your friend here because sanding your piece beforehand will make sure that it has a nice adhesion once you get that glitter down. A lot of people ask me, how do you get your resin to not peel from the sides of your blank? It all comes down to sanding. Sanding really does make a difference in helping your resin stick to the blank really, really well. Now, once you get up here around this little hole, you want to make sure that you don't go in the hole. So we want to just gently tap right around the hole. And if you get it in there, it's not a big deal. We can always cure it and drill it out, but just do the best you can to keep it out of that hole. All right, so now that that is nice and coated, it looks great. We're going to continue that process with the other two while this one's resting. And what that does is it lets those bubbles get to the top, and they'll be really easy to get with a lighter. All right, now we are going to run our lighter across the top of our pieces really quick. And that's just going to help get rid of any bubbles. And then we're going to go ahead and cure. Now you can see this one filled in, which actually I'm glad, because now I can show you how to get it out. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and cure this. And we're going to do it at 36 watts, and we're going to do it for 60 seconds. All right, so now our hearts are cured 100%, which is awesome. And we are going to dome them next. So we're gonna do that. Now let's talk about this one. So it did come through. You can see where it came through, which is the beauty of the doming mat. It will just run where it needs to run. So I'm going to fix that, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. Okay, first plan of attack here. What I usually do is take my vinyl weeding tool, and I will slowly pick away at the resin that has come through on the other side before I drill it out. That way I know exactly where I am drilling. Now, we are going to take a 1/16 inch drill bit, okay? And we are going to drill into the hole with medium pressure. We're going to go in and make sure you reverse the drill before you pull it out. Just like that. Then what you do is take your weeding tool, put it into the hole, and I usually just twist it a little bit just to give it a little, make sure I got everything, and we're good to go. Now the next step is to dome it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we will take the backing off and I'll show you how to put them together. All right, we are going to repeat this process. So we're gonna sand down our piece and then clean it, and then we are going to just put a clear coat on top. Now, instead of using alcohol to wipe your piece off after you sand it with the glitter, we're just going to use either a lint-free cloth or your little shop cloth here. We don't want to use alcohol because it will cause the resin to potentially be gummy, and we don't want that. So now we're going to take our resin, and we are going to use our silicone brush to do the same exact process, where we're putting a little bit of resin in the middle, and then we're working it to the edge gently all the way around the piece. And we're going to do this for all 3 pieces. All right, so now I want you to look right here. I had a little bit of over runnage when I was putting it on, so we're just going to scoot our piece a little bit just to make sure that it's out of the way. And if you want to, you can use your little silicone brush and just brush down in between that heart. That's the beauty of the silicone mat that has the pockets in it like this. It just helps to prevent it from sticking to the bottom of your piece. So now that we have our pieces coated and they look absolutely beautiful, we are going to take our lighter and we're just going to run it across the surface of our piece. Now you can use a torch, but I don't recommend over torching because that can cause it to be too runny, and then you're going to have it filling in the holes and running over. So we definitely want to follow best practices and torch minimally if you're going to use a torch, and just make sure that you're letting your piece rest long enough, because the resting is what really helps your piece cure with that beautiful glass-like finish. All right, so I've been letting these rest for a little bit, and I've checked them for bubbles. I always look from the side to make sure there aren't any bubbles. And now I'm going to cure them. So I'm going to bring over my lamp, and I am going to adjust my wattage down to 12, and I'm going to go at 60 seconds at 12. And then once I feel like it's setting, I'm gonna move my wattage up. Now, this lamp is not out yet, but it will be soon. And when it is, you guys are going to love it because you have more control over curing your pieces. So I'm gonna start at 12. I'm gonna bump it up as it starts setting, and we're only going to do this for about 60 seconds. All right, so this cured for about 60 seconds. So let's take a look at our beautiful pieces. So pretty, look at that shine. You cannot beat that shine. These are so pretty. All right, so the last part of this is the reason why I leave this on the back is so that I can easily get off anything that may have run over, and it protects your piece until you're ready for the final touches. So now I'm going to use my little scraper tool, and we are going to go ahead and take off the last of this protective film, and try not to handle your piece too much initially. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Try not to handle it too much right after. You want to give it a little time to harden up, so just make sure you're letting it rest right after the cure for a little bit. And I usually don't wear my jewelry right away. I usually let it rest for 6 to 12 hours after, because it will continue hardening up. So just trying to be a little bit patient, but for the most part, it will be completely cured. So once you get these protective coatings off of the back, and this one might be a little tricky because it has a little bit more to it. You might just need to take some pliers or a weeding tool, but typically it'll just peel off just like that. And now we are going to assemble. All right, we made it mega easy on you guys this time. We actually have these lovely little stainless steel earring hooks that have a pinch clip attached to it. So that is what we are going to use for both earrings, and we have a pinch clip for the necklace as well. All right, so all you're going to do is take your pinch clip just like this, and you're going to put it right up to the hole on your piece like that. And you can either use your hands or pliers, it depends on what you feel comfortable with, but you just want to put that little hook right into the hole of your piece, and then just give it a slight pinch. And that's it. You've got your earring. So there's your first earring. And then we're going to take our second one and repeat that process, just putting that blank right in there, and then just giving it a little pinch. Perfect. And last but not least, this is the pinch clip. This is what the pinch clip looks like for your necklace. And you will see that it has one little section that's curved and one that is straight. You want the curved one to go into the front. So we are going to put our cord right through that curved part. And then we are going to put our pendant up to it like this, and put that curved part right into the hole there, and do the same exact thing, is pinch it. And again, this one's a lot stronger, so you might need some help, you might need some pliers. I usually pinch it initially, and then I use these little pliers that have plastic on it to protect the finish, and just give it a little bit of a pinch to squeeze it down on there, and you've got your pendant. So now you've got your cute little whimsical heart pendant and earrings set. And you guys, these are so cute. I hope you had as much fun as I did.